Time to play ball. Roseburg baseball is coming up on The Score.
A line drive snagged out of the air at shortstop by Paxton Berg.
Don't miss any of the action this season. Subscribe to 1490 The Score on YouTube to catch every pitch.
And with a double at second, Danner Wirtz helping his own cause, gets Roseburg a run on the board.
Now, let's head to the field for the pregame show. Here's the voice of Roseburg High Sports, Joey Keeran.
Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome to Champion Car Wash Field in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon, as we get ready to bring you Roseburg High School baseball here on The Score. It's another Southwest Conference Saturday doubleheader for the Tribe as they welcome in the the Sheldon Irish is our opponent here today. Thinking back to a couple of weeks ago, I think there. We are back into conference play here after Roseburg went to Eugene and took on the Irish on Tuesday, unfortunately suffering their first league loss of the season on Tuesday. They'll try to right the ship here as they look to try and sweep a doubleheader at home to take the season series against the Irish. We've got a doubleheader, plenty of baseball coming up for you throughout the day today here on The Score. And it's great to have you with us as we get ready for today's action on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Coming up in just a little bit, we'll talk with head coach Troy Thompson about today's matchup and about Roseburg's last game on the road against the Irish, playing up at Lane Community College in Eugene, playing on their turf field there. A 3-1 victory for the Irish. It was a close game where pretty much it felt like you really could say one hit might have been the difference, but obviously there's always a lot of small things that make the difference in a ball game. We'll talk more about that with Coach Thompson coming up here on our Bowers Industrial pregame coaches interview. We'll have that for you here in just a few moments. Want to remind you that today's game is streaming live with video online at 541radio.com. You can head there to our website and watch it on our The Score webpage there, the Score homepage at 541radio.com. You can also head to 1490 The Score on YouTube and watch today's game streaming live for free there. Hit the subscribe button and make sure that you don't miss another broadcast of Roseburg High Sports here on The Score. We'll go ahead and take our first time out here as we get ready for today's matchup. When we come back, we talk with Coach Troy Thompson on the Bowers Industrial pregame coaches interview here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Social Security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza, the biggest pizza this side of the Rockies. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Made with the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. It's time to go big. Order yours now by using our mobile app.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Back with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Roseburg hosting the Sheldon Irish for a pair of games here today to wrap up that 3-game series this week. And we get to talk more about that with Coach Troy Thompson in our Bowers Industrial pregame coaches interview. Bowers Industrial, a proud supporter of our local community and youth sports. Well, Coach, coming off of a tough one up there, and we talked a little bit about it after the game, that just kind of coming through in those clutch moments for the squad. They kind of did everything they needed to put them in position, except for that final piece of kind of getting a chance to drive in some runs. Coming away from that one, the team able to kind of put that in the rearview mirror and kind of try to work to get better and have a chance to try and win here today?
Well, that's always the hope, yeah. When you come out on the wrong end of a score, you hope you can learn from it and take some lessons from that, and hopefully we've done that this week. We had a good week of practice Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so here today, hopefully we get an opportunity like we did on Tuesday to have runners on base and have somebody at the plate come through with a big hit or an opportunity to score some runs. So yeah, that was certainly part of our focus this week, and hopefully we get that opportunity here today to put that in place.
You guys are, first loss in league play. That kind of, things are going to happen eventually, and you hope the guys bounce back, as we were just talking about there. But as you guys kind of look at the matchup, obviously important to try and get 2 here at home. How's that kind of hopefully work in your favor to be able to get the doubleheader here at home on a Saturday? Obviously, you got to focus on that first one first.
Well, that's exactly it. The most important thing is, or the nicest part of it is we get to play at home. And obviously, we think that's a big deal in this league, in any sport, in any situation. So playing at home, certainly a nice start to the day, but that doesn't mean much once the game starts. We've got to go out and perform and do things that will provide you an opportunity to win a game. So hopefully we can come out today and do those things. But yeah, playing at home is certainly a nice thing and a great deal for our kids to be able to play here in this great facility. And hopefully the weather's going to hold and we get a nice day here today. That would also be nice to get a little sun. To get a little sun out would be a welcome change from the last several we've been out. It feels like we've been cold, wet, and rainy for the last several times we've been out playing. And today, if we can avoid that would be a good start to the day. So, yeah, you talk about, how important is Game 1. Very important here today to come out and give ourselves an opportunity after Game 1 to have a chance to get Game 2. So it's one of those deals, you play on those Tuesday, Saturday doubles, Tuesday singles. That Tuesday game is very important, obviously, and to come out last Tuesday at Sheldon or at Lane where we played there in a good ball game and well played and well pitched by both sides and just came up on the wrong end of it. There's nothing you can hang your hat on or hang your head about that. Sometimes that's how the game goes, but we certainly need to do some things better and clean some things up offensively to give ourselves a chance here today in Game 1 in the double.
It kind of sparked the thought in my head here about, you guys are at home. So that means you guys are out in the field to start things out. And you talk about trying to maybe get out, set the tone early in a game. Is there a way that is it on the pitcher to try and set a tone? Is it on the defense to try and maybe set the tone early for how today's action might be able to play out for you guys?
I think it's all those things. I think you need when you're the home team, you like to go out and play a clean first inning and have your pitcher in the zone and, limit opportunities for them, not only in inning 1, but innings 1 through 7, whatever the case may be. Limit opportunities, that means it starts by throwing strikes. We got to come out and throw strikes. We got to play solid defense behind it in every inning, but certainly the first inning, you like to get off to that good start and give yourself a chance there in the bottom half to put pressure on them right off the bat and kind of set the tone or the attitude for the day. And sometimes that happens and sometimes it doesn't. You got to go out and play it out and see what's going to happen. But if it doesn't happen and you give up runs in the first inning, then you're just going to have to do a few things a little differently moving forward. You got to cut a lead in half. You've got to try to get more pressure offensively when you're playing from behind. So it's nice to come out and hopefully, get off the field in the first and give yourself a chance offensively early in ball games.
We talk about so much about, trying to take it one pitch at a time, and one pitch, good or bad, can not define an entire game. So whether it's good or bad, you keep rolling with the punches throughout it. Taking a look quickly here at Sheldon, we saw the reigning Southwest Conference Pitcher of the Year on Tuesday, but, what do you know about kind of the rest of their arms and what you guys Cowboys might face here today.
Well, once again, quality team. They didn't change, in the last 3 or 4 days. We're going to see the same very solid defensive team, and we'll see a couple arms today. I'm expecting anyway. On paper, some good arms again. I think we'll see some right-handers that can hustle it up there and are around the zone. So very similar to their Tuesday starter, but obviously, different, and everybody's different in their own way. But it'll look kind of the same. But quality arms coming from Sheldon all day today. Whether it's their starter or bullpen, and they have athletes obviously there, and hopefully we get a chance to see those bullpen arms and get a chance to see some different arms today. But yeah, we'll see some good arms today coming from their side, and hopefully we compete at the plate and good things can happen for us.
All right, Coach. Appreciate the time here in the pregame.
You bet. Thanks, Joey.
That is head coach Troy Thompson on our Bowers Industrial pregame show interview. A proud supporter of our local community and youth sports, Bowers Industrial. That wraps up the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. We will come back with a look at your Southern Septic Service starting lineups as we get ready for Game 1 of today's doubleheader between the Roseburg Indians and the Sheldon Irish. Back with more here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Welcome, everybody, back here to Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg, Oregon, as we get ready to go for Game 1 of our doubleheader. Taking a look at the conditions here at the ballpark today. As Coach Thompson mentioned, we're getting out of the gray and dreary and wet, and it is much nicer out here today. Expecting things to only improve with the sunnier skies coming out. Looking at about 68 degrees this afternoon. Right now, 55 degrees as we get ready for first pitch. Let's go ahead and introduce you to the Southern Septic Service starting a lineup for the Sheldon Irish here today. Leading things off for Coach Brian Vogel will be Cam Thomas, the second baseman. Chad Turner, the center fielder, will bat second, followed by Jackson Detzler, the first baseman. Andrew Rodman, the pitcher, will bat cleanup, followed by Keaton Welch at third base. Hitting sixth and catching is Chase Colling. Jose Leon, the shortstop, will bat seventh. Eli Wallace in right field batting eighth. And Bo Travis, the left fielder, will round out the starting nine for the Irish. That is a look at their starting lineup. Taking a look at things defensively for the Roseburg Indians as we look at things out there on the field. It's going to be Amos Bowers back behind the plate catching. Danner Wirtz at first. Mason Young at second. On the left side of the diamond, A.J. Black at third and Paxton Burke at short. In the outfield from left to right, Nick Ruiz, Christian Corba, and Rylan Glasser. That's a look at your defense there. It's your Southern Septic Service starting lineups from residential to commercial. Southern Septic Service has your behind covered when it comes to septic tank pumping and inspections, portable toilet rentals, and grease trap cleaning. Southern Septic Service, woman and veteran owned and a proud supporter of our local sports teams. Getting ready to go on the mound, it is Fletcher Coleman that'll be the starting pitcher today for the Roseburg Indians. And Fletcher coming in, the lefty, a junior. For Coleman this season, he is making his 5th start of the year in 5 appearances. He's got a 1-0 win-loss record. He's thrown 20 innings even, a 2.45 ERA, 26 strikeouts, 17 walks for Fletcher Coleman. The lefty will be on the mound. He'll face off against Cam Thomas to get things started here in Game 1 of the doubleheader. First pitch of the ball game is in and just misses for ball 1 as we are underway here today. Behind the plate, Austin Stone, Dan Bachmeyer out at first, and Garrett Satfield over at third base, our crew today officiating. Catching the outside corner, a 1-1 count now for Thomas. Leads off, he's starting at second base here in today's ball game. 1-1 from Coleman. Hits the zone again, and it's a 1-2 count. Fletcher's been a great Game 2 starter in these 3-game series for Roseburg. The lefty brings a little bit something different, has some good pop on his fastball, but can mix it up with other pitches as his 1-2 pitch, just missing outside. And the count will go to 2-2 against Thomas. Cam Thomas, winning pitcher in the game on Tuesday for the Irish. 2-2 pitch is high and away. Cam Thomas in that game was 0 for 3 at the plate, but getting the win on the mound, that's important. Faces a 3-2 pitch, fouls it away to stay alive. Reminder that today's game streaming with video online at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. Find us there if you want to follow the action. If you're currently listening online or listening on the radio. 3-2 pitch, high ball 4. And a walk to get things started there. Thomas battles his way on to get the game underway. So we get things started here from Roseburg on a mostly sunny day out there. Leadoff man aboard for the Irish. It brings up Chad Turner, left-handed hitting, center fielder. And Turner will take a strike at the top of the zone to get things underway. Chad Turner played great defensively. The transfer from Marist High School. That game on Tuesday at Lane Community College is a pickoff throw to first base. Not in time. Tag applied over there by Danner Wirtz at first. Turner did a great job patrolling center field for the Irish on Tuesday. Made some great catches. Had one that he did a great job to get to. Almost made a spectacular play. Just went off his glove. But other than that, he was pretty flawless out in center field. Did a great job defensively. Took away some hits that felt like they were hit pretty well by Roseburg, but just could not get him to fall. Turner has the 1-1 count. He also was 2 for 3 at the plate, as he'll take a pitch high from Coleman and has a 2-1 count to get things started here. Coleman working out of the stretch with Cam Thomas on at first. Another pitch high, and Fletcher falling behind here against the 2-hitter. Already 1 walk in the books. Roseburg wearing the home whites here today. White tops, white trousers. Button-up tops with Roseburg across the chest in orange. There's a back-to-back walks to start things off for Fletcher Coleman. Not the way you draw it up to get a game underway here. Fletcher had come into today's action. 17 walks. It's a little on the higher side. 17 walks in 20 innings. He issues back-to-back walks to get the game started here. And he finds himself in a little bit of trouble early on with runners at first and second and nobody out. Brings up Jackson Detzler, the first baseman, another lefty at the plate. Lefty-lefty battle. Grounds one towards short. In between hop, race to the bag. Throw to first, not in time for Burke. Instead of trying to flip it to Mason Young at the bag, Paxton takes it himself, gets one out. There's runners on the corners on the ground ball up the middle for Detzler. Detzler will get on with a fielder's choice. Up to third base goes Thomas. Out at second base was Turner. One away, and the Indians would love to see another ground ball like that up the middle, see if they can turn two, try to get out of this first inning without giving up any damage. It'll be Andrew Rodman that will bat. First pitch from Coleman is popped up, foul and out of play. Great crowd showing up for the Saturday affair. Saturdays tend to bring out the larger crowds here. Nice contingent coming down out of Eugene to watch the Irish take on the Indians. And, of course, the home crowd showing up here today. 0-1 count for Coleman. Hits the corner, and he's ahead 0-2 against Andrew Rodman. Rodman was 0 for 3 against Danner Wirtz on Tuesday in the first game of this 3-game season series. Coleman with 1 out and 2 on. His 0-2 pitch just misses the outside corner. Andrew Rodman, he's another transfer for this Irish club. He came over from South Eugene High School. Checks his wristband that he had in his back pocket as coaches will instruct the offense what they want to do here. A swing and a foul ball on the 1-2 pitch. Runner was taking off from first. Detzler over there trying to get an advantage and keep out of the double play on any ball put in play there. But Rodman will get another look at a 1-2 pitch from Coleman. Fletcher, the junior, kind of unflappable. He doesn't show a ton of emotion out there. Trying to get himself through this pickle here early on. With a man at first, does he pick off? Coleman delivers to the plate, and his off-speed is high and away. 2-2 count. We've got baseball going on here. We've got some Umpqua Riverhawks softball going on the field out behind the left field scoreboard. So an active day here at the ballpark. Going to be a beautiful day. I'm sure the golf course will be busy. All sorts. There's probably going to be people out at the park. It's a 2-2 pitch, fouled away. Sure, it's going to be a beautiful day here in the Umpqua Basin. Right now, a 2-2 count in the first inning, a scoreless ball game between Roseburg and Sheldon. The Irish threatening early after back-to-back walks to start out the ball game. They've got runners on the corners with just one away. The 2-2 from Coleman. Swing and a miss on the ball in the dirt. The runner at first will take off for second. Rodman won't have the chance to get on to first base with the man aboard, but that pitch got lost underneath Amos Bowers, and that allowed Jackson Detzler to take second base.
Better third baseman number 8, Keaton Welch.
He might have been going on the play. I'd say give him credit for a stolen base. I'm not sure exactly if that's the accurate ruling there, but you've got 2 runners in scoring position. Strikeout for Rodman. First strikeout in the game for Coleman. And he is 1 out away from getting through some danger here in the first. He fires a first pitch strike 1 to Keaton Welch. Welch 1 for 3 on Tuesday in that contest. Won by the Irish 3-1. The 0-1 pitch, ground ball, comebacker up the middle. That's going to score at least 1. It gets to center field. Corba will throw it in. It'll score 2. It's the ball cut off on the mound. A 2-run single for Keaton Welch to drive in a pair and put the Irish in front. It was a 2-run base hit, a 2-run, 2-out base hit, and the game on Tuesday that ended up being the difference in the matchup between the Indians and the Irish. First pitch down low, ball 1 to Chase Calling. It was Bo Travis with 2 outs and 2 strikes against him. He hit a triple to the alley in right center. That scored 2 runs, and it ended up being a 2-run victory for the Irish in that one. That was kind of the one swing of the bat that seemed like it was the difference in the ball game. As a 1-0 pitch, it's high. We'll see if the ground ball with 2 outs by Keaton Welch that drives in a pair to get this game started. We'll see if that proves to be the difference in this one. Game 1 here. Early on, 7-inning contest. A long way to go in this one. Ball hit hard right side. It is scooped up by Mason Young. Get it over to Danner Wirtz. And it took one pitch, or make that one batter just a little bit longer than they were hoping, but the Indians do get out of things here in the first inning. So the Irish will take a 2-0 lead here in the first inning. 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Roseburg coming up to bat. Take a look at their starting lineup when we return on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1498. Bottom of the first inning, let's take a look at your starting lineup for the Roseburg Indians as they will take the field here against the Irish. It'll be Paxton Burke, the shortstop, leading off, followed by Amos Bowers, the catcher. The pitcher is Fletcher Coleman. He bats third, followed by Danner Wirtz, the first baseman. A.J. Black at third base, hitting fifth. Center fielder Christian Corbo will bat sixth. Hitting seventh is the left fielder Nick Ruiz, batting eighth. And starting at second base, Mason Young. And the right fielder, Rylan Glasser, will round out the starting 9 for the Indians. Taking a look at the defense for the visiting Sheldon Irish. Chase Calling behind the plate. Jackson Detzler out at first. Cam Thomas at second. On the left side of the diamond, it's Keaton Welch at third. Jose Leon at short. And in the outfield from left to right, Bo Travis, Chad Turner, and Eli Wallace. That is a look at your starting lineup for the Sheldon Irish. And now they will look to try and support their starting pitcher, Andrew Rodman. Rodman, again, the transfer from South Eugene. He will get the start here. Right-hander on the mound. Big, tall kid. Gets ready for the first pitch. And he misses high and away. Ball one to the switch hitting Paxton Burke. Starting lineups are, of course, brought to you by Southern Septic Service. From residential to commercial, Southern Septic Service has your behind covered. 1-0 pitch is in for a strike. Whether it's septic tank pumping and inspections, portable toilet rentals, and grease trap cleaning, you can trust Southern Septic Service. They're woman and veteran-owned and a proud supporter of our local sports teams. Roseburg trails 2-0 as we start at the bottom of the first. Paxton Burke will lift one left side. It's going to be playable for Travis out there, and he will make the catch to retire the first man for the Indians. One away. In that game on Tuesday for Paxton Burke, a rare 0 for 3 day, and that one did reach on a walk. Burke has had quite the season. The last game was only the third game without a hit for him this year. This is game number 15 on the season for the Indians. Ground ball for Bowers up the middle. Throw over to first base from the shortstop, Jose Leon. And there are 2 down, as Bowers attacking the first pitch he sees from Rodman. And there are 2 away. Fletcher Coleman will try to get something going for the Indians with 2 outs. Andrew Rodman, last year with the South Eugene Axe, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 9 hits, 6 runs, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts in a game against Roseburg. As we get time called, Coach Tim Sester talking with Fletcher Coleman before his first at-bat. Word of advice, word of encouragement, whatever it may be, trying to get things going the right direction for the Indians here with 2 down and nobody on base. Coleman will stand in, lefty. Left-handed thrower, left-handed batter. Faces the righty Roadman. Roadman will pump in a fastball a little bit low for ball 1. Sun continues to make its way through the clouds that continue to burn off here this afternoon in the Umpqua Valley. Strike across, a 1-1 count for Coleman. Sheldon Irish wearing their green tops, gray trousers. Sheldon across the front of the button-up tops in white. White numbers on the front and the back, outlined in black. The 1-1. High chopper up the middle, playing back on it. Leon will not make the play cleanly. Didn't get in front of it all the way. Tried to reach out and poke it, catch it on that in-between hop, and get his motion heading to first to try and throw across the diamond. That'll be an error by the shortstop to put Coleman on base. It was not going to be an easy play by any means. He was trying to time it up. It's a slow ball through the middle of the infield, and he was trying to set himself up to have his momentum going to first with a speedy lefty at the plate. Coleman obviously out of the left-handed batter's box, a little bit shorter distance to get down the line. He's quick down the line as well, and so it's going to be a bang-bang play for Leon, and he just could not get it in the glove and get the process started. First pitch outside, ball 1 to Danner Wirtz. Will bat with a man on and 2 away. Roseburg looking for their own 2-out rally here. It was a 2-out single by Keaton Welch that drove in a pair to put the Irish in front. The 1-0. Wirtz hits it hard up the middle. It goes off the umpire, stays on the infield. Wirtz the throw to first. It's going to be a dead ball. And Wirtz will be on safely at first. That hit off the umpire up the middle. And I think they're going to double-check that the umpire, that is Satfield, and make sure he's all right. He's limping a little bit there. Couldn't get out of the way of that pitch, or that ball up the middle. Sharply hit by Wirtz. It was going to get through up the middle. Maybe a chance at a backhand for Thomas to get to it, but dead ball is what ended up getting ruled there. So runners at first and second with 2 down. So that will get the Indians a chance here. And A.J. Black, who's been pretty impressive at the plate as of late. He'll take a first pitch strike. A.J. Black, 6-game hit streak. During that time, he's batting .526. So golden opportunity for him to keep impressing at the plate here. The junior batting 5th with 2 down and 2 on. Grounds one left side, playable for Keaton Welch. Race to the bag. He will beat Fletcher Coleman to third and gets the put out there. That will wrap things up. The Indians do threaten, but they cannot come through with the clutch hit. Kind of a theme that happened on Tuesday. We'll see if that'll turn things around here as today goes on. We're through 1 inning in a 7-inning contest. We're going to head to the top of the second here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Top of the second inning, today's contest sponsored by Roseburg Country Club. Established in 1922, offering an 18-hole course with excellent year-round playability. Find out more at roseburgcountryclub.com. 2-0 lead for the Irish in front of Roseburg after 1 inning of play. Both teams getting runners aboard in the first, but the Irish, the team that comes through with the clutch hit to drive in a couple of runs with 2 outs. Fletcher Coleman looking to settle in. He'll fire in a first pitch strike against Jose Leon. It'll be Leon, Wallace, and Travis due up here in the second inning, the 7, 8, 9 hitters. The 0-1 is fouled away for strike 2. Today in the Southwest Conference, North Medford at South Eugene for their doubleheader. They're getting started at 1 o'clock. Also starting at 1, Willamette at South Medford. The 0-2 pitch fouled back. Leon will stay alive. Jose Leon might like to get comfortable here in this ballpark. Been told that he has committed to Umpqua Community College to continue his education and his baseball playing. So this will be the field he calls home in his college days, if that still is the case, as a ball fouled away off of the catcher, Amos Bowers. Leon and his teammate, Jackson Detzler, the first baseman, both have reportedly committed to play for Coach Whistler and the Riverhawks here in Roseburg. The 0-2 pitch is elevated. Couldn't get him to chase after that. Umpqua Community College baseball is off at Clackamas today, not playing here at home. They're on the road for their conference games today. There's a pitch outside, 2-2. UCC softball, as mentioned earlier, they're playing across the way. UCC baseball on the road. They start at 1 o'clock this afternoon as well. 2-2 to count. Scoreless, or excuse me, a 2-1. I'll get this right. It's a 2-0 lead for Sheldon on top of Roseburg as a ball fouled away. 2-2 count. For the leadoff man here in the second, Jose Leon. Coleman delivers just off the edge. Cannot get the call there on the corner. So the count goes full. 2 walks in the first. Swing and a miss. Not going to start with a walk here in the second. Second strikeout in the game for Fletcher Coleman. Gets Leon to chase one upstairs. And down on strikes to the leadoff man in the second for the Irish. Eli Wallace will bat. The right fielder stands in with nobody on base. 1 away in a 2-0 lead for the Sheldon Irish. Coleman's first pitch. Grounded left side for a base hit. Out to Ruiz in left. Eli Wallace will get aboard. Second hit in the contest for the Irish. So Eli Wallace on base. Wallace on Tuesday was 0 for 3 in his appearance in that one. Had a strikeout, but he gets on board here. Bo Travis, the left fielder, he had a nice day out of the 9 spot. He DH'd in the game on Tuesday. He was 2 for 3, drove in a pair of runs, had a triple in that one. Shows a bunt, and it'll go off the glove for Amos Bowers. That'll put the runner at second base. Pass ball will move Wallace into scoring position, and now they don't necessarily have to try and lay down that sacrifice bunt to put a runner in scoring position. With 1 out, imagine that they will look to more swing away here rather than lay down that bunt. The 1-0 delivery, swung on and missed. Fletcher Coleman, once again, having to pitch around a runner in scoring position. The 1-1, ground ball right side. It'll go to Mason Young. He will get the out at first. Up to third base goes Eli Wallace. A productive out for Bo Travis, but there are 2 away. But that is when the Irish have done their damage in this series. Sheldon scoring 2 runs in the first inning with 2 outs here. Back on Tuesday, the Irish scored their first 2 runs with 2 outs. And they scored with 1 out. In the final run of that game, they were able to get across with just 1 out in the inning. First pitch, a strike. Against the leadoff man, Cam Thomas, up to bat for a second time. He walked the first inning and ended up scoring a run. He'll pop one out of play foul for strike 2. Coleman almost got through that first inning. Had the 2 outs, but Keaton Welch poked one right back up the middle to drive in a pair. Thomas batting here with a man at third and 2 down. Coleman's pitch bounces off the turf, but a nice job behind the plate this time by Bowers to keep it in front of him. The count goes to 1-2. Coleman, a couple of shakeoffs of Bowers, finds one that he wants to throw. The 1-2 pitch bounces again, gets by Bowers, coming to the plate. There will not be a play, and coming in to score will be Eli Wallace. Put that down as a wild pitch and make it 3-0, Sheldon in front. So just like that, the Irish will add another one. It's a 2-2 count for Cam Thomas. He grounds one right side. It is snagged by Wirtz at first. He will take it to the bag himself. And a nice job to get things over with here in the second, but a run does come in for the Irish. Good defense there at first base by Danner Wirtz. 1 run comes in. There was 1 hit. There were no errors and nobody left on base. Sheldon Irish lead this one 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. Roseburg with some work to do here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Andrew Rodman's been given a 3-0 lead to try and protect here for the Sheldon Irish as we go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Christian Corba, Nick Ruiz, and Mason Young due up for the Indians. Today's game brought to you by First Choice Health Insurance, your trusted team for all of your insurance needs. Corba stands in. First pitch swinging away, pops it out towards right field. Eli Wallace on the run. That ball looks like it's got a chance to get over his head. He will not make the play. Corba heading around second. He'll make his way all the way to third. The throw will not be in time. It's a leadoff triple for the Indians. Corba got around on that one, and I think out in right field, that ball just kind of got lost in the afternoon sun for Eli Wallace. He had a read on it. It wasn't like he didn't see it, but it was just like he had a hard time really tracking it out there in right field, and right field can be a difficult spot here at Champion Car Wash. And Corba is able to take advantage and get himself all the way to third base. First pitch, swinging away, foul it off. Strike 1 to Nick Ruiz. So Corba with a leadoff single. He has actually been a extra base machine as of late. An 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed by Ruiz. Corba has 6 hits over the last 6 games. Half of them were doubles. Now you could say he's had 7 hits over 7 games, and now one of them is a triple in there along with 3 doubles. So he has been able to get extra bases with a good number of his at-bats here lately. At the plate right now, Nick Ruiz. 0-2 the count for Andrew Rodman. Misses just a bit up. Ruiz at the plate, batting .212 this season, trying to come up with his 8th RBI of the year. He's got a man at third with nobody out. The 1-2 pitch, fouled back as Ruiz will hang in there. Spot here where the goal has to be get the ball in play, try to make something happen with it with the freshman Corba at third. Another 1-2 pitch for Nick. Rodman delivers, gets him with the breaking ball out in front of it. One away, first strikeout for Andrew Rodman. Mason Young will bat. Still an opportunity to at least get one on the board for the Indians. They're hoping for more, but with a leadoff triple, odds were that that runner does come around to score eventually. Breaking ball just stays up to Mason Young. I think that happened in a Cubs game I was watching not that long ago. A leadoff man at third, and I think they said that 80% of the time that runner comes around to score. Now, of course, that's Major League Baseball, not high school baseball, but you'd say odds are pretty good that a leadoff triple results in a run in most situations. 2-0 count to start here for Mason. We're in the bottom of the second. Sheldon leading 3-0. Roseburg trying to make it 3-1. Ball fouled away by Young. He's got a 2-1 count. Rodman, the big right-hander. 2-1 delivery. Slapped right side, but it goes foul. Mason Young, the transfer from Douglas High School. A junior, starting pretty much every game at second base, has gotten one game behind the plate. 2-2 pitch to him. Fouls off another one, staying alive. Young right now hitting .314 on the season. He's got 7 RBI. He's got an opportunity to try and add to that total here with Christian Corba at third. Roseburg trying not to waste a golden opportunity here to lead off things in the bottom of the second. The 2-2 from Rodman. Lifted towards center field. Pretty well struck. Might be enough. Corba tagging. He's heading to the plate. The throw will not be in time as he slides in safely. And Mason Young will drive in the first run of the game for the Indians. And Roseburg's on the board 3-1. That was the final score in the game on Tuesday. Roseburg's hoping it will not be the final score here today. RBI sac fly to center field for Mason Young. It'll be Rylan Glasser now to stand in with 2 outs and nobody on base. Roseburg with 2 outs in the first inning. We're able to get a couple of runners on base. We'll see if they can mount a rally here and send it back to the top of the order. Glasser, left-hander. First pitch carries outside to him for ball 1. Rylan Glasser, the sophomore, playing in just his 8th game. He's hitting .375, so he takes high for a 2-0 count. He is 6 for 16 on the year, has 1 double. So in his limited opportunities, he's been able to come through. The 2-0 pitch inside to him, and he's ahead 3-0. Ball just carries off the inside corner, and Glasser didn't give too much space, but that ball just whizzing by Just missing him. The 3-0 pitch from Rodman misses for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk with 2 outs to the 9-hitter. And Roseburg hoping to make him pay for that. Rodman will issue his first walk in the ball game. On the other side, Fletcher Coleman with a couple, both in the first inning. Back to the top of the order, the dangerous Paxton Burke at the plate. Although he is 0 for 4 against Sheldon so far between the 2 games. He takes a breaking ball in the outside corner for a strike. Burke going 0 for 3 on Tuesday, drawing 1 walk. He flew out to left field to start out the game for the Indians. Grounds one right side, and it will get into right field. They're going to hold Glasser at second base as Wallace gets to it quickly over there. That will get Paxton Burke his first hit in the series. Pulls that one through the right side. He can hit it to all fields, and he comes up as a pole hitter there.
Next batter is number 11, Amos Bowers.
2 aboard with 2 outs. Roseburg threatening to mount a rally here. And it'll be Amos Bowers to try and come through for the Tribe. Bowers ground out to short his first time up. Glasser the man at second. Burke at first. Burke representing the game-tying run with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Andrew Rodman on the mound, having to work through some trouble. A little bit of traffic on the bases. First pitch, fastball low and away. Bowers, his first time up, went after the first pitch he saw. The 1-0 delivery. Breaking ball in for a strike. That game against Sheldon on Tuesday ended a couple of different hit streaks. Bowers had a 6-game hit streak going into that matchup, but it came to an end. Trying to get a new one started. The 1-1 pitch to him here. Check swing. He could not hold up on the breaking ball. Goes around for a 1-2 count. Bowers to this point in the season was hitting .231. That 6-game hit streak really helping him boost his batting average. He's got the 1-2 count. Rodman delivers another check swing he couldn't hold up on, and that'll be the final out. The Indians will leave a pair on, but they do get a run across here in the second. For Roseburg here in the second inning, 1 run on 1 hit. One run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left on base. 3-1 as we go to the top of the third inning here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Top of the third inning here from Champion Car Wash Field, a 3-1 ball game. Both teams on the board. Fletcher Coleman trying to keep it a 2-run difference as the lefty delivers low and outside, ball 1. As he'll face Chad Turner, Jackson Detzler, and Andrew Rodman here in the third inning. Sheldon leading by a pair. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed. A 1-1 count for Turner, who walked in the first inning. Today's game brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. Detzler Turner waiting on the 1-1 delivery from Coleman, and it's low, a 2-1 count. Got to play at Lane Community College for the game on Tuesday. Check out their new facility there. Nice experience. It's a pitch in for a strike. He evens up the count, 2-2. Nice turf field, kind of like what we get to experience on a regular basis here at Champion Car Wash Field. This is the first season they're playing on it there. It's a 2-2 pitch. Lifted foul over the left side and out of play. So, the playing surface a little bit fresher than it is here at Champion Car Wash Field, which has been in use since just after the pandemic. But nonetheless, both of them very quality ballparks and great playing surfaces for the teams that get to utilize those. 2-2 pitch inside to the lefty. Sheldon doesn't normally play their games there, but we had the threat of some precipitation that could have been an issue on Tuesday. So they did swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the 3-2 pitch, chasing one out of the zone. Strikeout number 3 on the day for Fletcher Coleman. Turner goes down. Jackson Detzler will bat with nobody on base and 1 out. But with the threat of a little bit of precipitation on Tuesday, and I'm sure with recent rains and whatnot, Sheldon's Field, they decided to move that game to Lane Community College and play it there. Foul ball and a check swing. That one coming in on the hands for Detzler. If that ball avoided him, he would have been able to hold back and take it probably for ball 1. But instead, hands were out there and that ball fouled away. The 0-1 pitch hits the strike zone at the knees. 0-2. Selfishly, I was happy. I got to have a booth there, and it did rain a little bit towards the end of that game. It was nice to have a booth and a place to set up and broadcast from. Sheldon doesn't have a booth there. There's a pitch low and inside. Sheldon, a great ballpark. Great place to watch a game. It seems like a nice place to play a game, but no booth for the press. So, selfishly, I was happy to have a spot to set up the broadcast there at Lane Community College. The 1-2 is low, 2-2 count. Especially with the threat of rain. If it hadn't been the chance for some rain, then we would have been okay in the grandstands there at Sheldon. But when you got to set up everything to protect the equipment from any possible precipitation, that usually makes life interesting. Ground ball towards short, charging in. Berg, throw over to first base. We'll get it there in time to retire Detzler. 2 away for the Irish here in the 3rd inning. First 2 batters retired, and up to bat will be Andrew Rodman, who struck out in the 1st. He bats with nobody on base. It was also cool, though, to get just a chance to go by and check out the new facilities there at Lane Community College, where they made quite the investment in things, and I'm sure they've got plans to continue to improve on what they've got there, but a great facility now for some games. 0-1 pitch to Rodman. In for a strike. And Fletcher Coleman's ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. Coleman trying to get a 1-2-3 frame here against the Irish. Keep this one a 2-run ball game. He misses high and away. Ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes with 2 down and nobody aboard. And Rodman will foul it away. Protecting the plate and the zone. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball right side. Diving, it goes off the glove for Danner Wirtz into right field. He had Mason Young behind him. Young might have been able to get to it. Not sure if anybody would have been able to get to first base in time to cover the bag for a possible out. You can't fault Danner for trying to go after that ball. Got his glove on it. Not too shabby there for the first baseman. But it was just out of his reach. The ball ricocheted and that therefore got out of the direction of Mason Young to make a play on it. I'm not sure if he would have been able to have one, but everybody giving a look at it and nobody able to make the play. So a 2-out single puts a man on base for the Irish. Again, they are a tough team to get that final out against. They continue to be stingy with 2 outs. Up to bat, Keaton Welch. First pitch inside, ball 1. Welch had the big hit in the first inning. It came with 2 outs. A single right back up the middle. That drove in a pair and got the Irish the lead. They are currently leading by 2. The 1-0 is fouled back. Taking off from first was Rodman. Actually, they may have a new runner out there for him. That is going to be, let's take a look-see here, Cody Hall. That is running for Rodman, the courtesy runner for the pitcher. Hall had taken off, trying to steal second. Put the hit and run on, and Welch fouled it away. Reset, pickoff throw to first. Not going to be there in time for Fletcher. The lefty on the mound, he takes that extended step towards first base. Pitch just outside. Count goes to 2-1 for Welch. Two balls and a strike. Coleman delivers, in for a strike, throw down to second base. They got it there with plenty of time. Oh! The ruling will be safe at second. And we will not have anything change on that ruling. In safely at second base is Rodman. There's going to be Hall running for Rodman. At the plate, it was a strike to Keaton Welch. He's got another RBI opportunity with 2 outs and a man in scoring position. The 2-2 for Coleman is low. The count goes full. Full count pitch coming up with 2 down. Line drive shot out to center field. Corbett will take it on one hop. They're going to send the runner to the plate. The throw, not in time. A stolen base comes up big. Keaton Welch delivers with another 2-out base hit to drive in a run. Back to a 3-run lead for the Irish. And up to bat will be Chase Calling, who grounded out to second his first time up. Swings through the first pitch. Four to 1, Sheldon in front here in the top of the third. They've scored in every inning so far. The 0-1. Outside. Well, they scored with 2 outs in the first inning. Do it again here in the third. The 1-1 pitch for Coleman with a man at first. Runner was going. The ball fouled away. Sheldon being aggressive out there on the bases. They keep sending runners from first, trying to get that hit and run on. Coleman with 2 strikes against Calling. Misses low, picked up behind the plate by Bowers. Roseburg thought the inning was over with a man caught stealing out at second. Ends up the inning extends with a run coming in after the call did not go their direction. A 2-2 pitch. Runner going, swing and a miss. And got to throw it down to first. They will get it there in time. Bowers took his time on that one, but they will get it there. So Roseburg gets the out and wraps up things here in the top of the third. Another strikeout for Fletcher Coleman. And it is another run, though, aboard for the Irish. One run came in on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 1 man left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the third on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official.
Coming back for the bottom of the third inning, it is a 4-1 lead. Sheldon in front of Roseburg. The Indians, some frustrations there in that top half of the inning defensively. Thought they had the play to finish off the inning out at second. Didn't get the call, and now have to try to flush that and get themselves back in the right mind frame here as they go to the bottom of the third, trying to keep this game close. They're back down by 3 as they were just a bit earlier. So we head here to the bottom of the third. Today's game brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Call 541-378-6694 or visit drrandall.com. Leadoff man for the Indians will be Fletcher Coleman, the pitcher, trying to help his own cause and maybe take out some frustrations here. First pitch to him, a breaking ball for a strike. Fletcher reached on an error in the first inning. Ended up getting forced out at third, though, for the final out of that frame. The 0-1 takes a strike again. The 0-2, left side. That ball's got a chance to carry to the wall. It will. It gets down fair into the corner. Coleman heading around for second. He is in with a stand-up double to get things started here in the bottom of the third. Fletcher Coleman helping his own cause. Pokes that one to the wall in left. Opposite field double for the junior. That'll be the third hit in the game for the Indians. Man into scoring position once again, trying to get something going. Danner Wirtz, a single in his first at-bat, has an RBI opportunity here. It's inside for ball 1 from Rodman. Ground ball right side. That goes through as well into right field. Coleman heading around third. He's going to the plate. The throw is cut off and dropped on the infield by Detzler. And on safely is Wirtz with an RBI single. Roseburg comes through. A hot start here to things in the third inning. A ball to right field for Wirtz. Drives in Coleman. Roseburg is back within 2 again. And up to bat will be A.J. Black with a man at first. First pitch low and outside. Ball 1 to Black. A.J. a fielder's choice in the first inning, a ground ball to third. They got the put out at third base to finish off the frame. Well, this is the start Roseburg needed here in the bottom of the third inning to try and stay in this one. The 1-0 is a strike to A.J. One pitch for Andrew Rodman. Outside. Rodman has faced some traffic on the bases in every inning so far. He got the first 2 outs in the first, but an error, then a single. He had a couple of runners aboard that he had to deal with in that first inning. Also a leadoff triple in the second, got a man aboard, and Roseburg eventually came around to score as the ball fouled off by A.J. Black. Count goes to 2-2 for Black. Still nobody out. Roseburg with a runner at first, trying to cut into the 2-run deficit once again. They've not been any closer than 2 runs in this ballgame. 2-2 pitch, a breaking ball swung on and missed for strike 3. Lot of drop on that curveball. And Rodman's able to get a swing and a miss for his 3rd strikeout in the ball game. Christian Corba had the triple in the second. He came around to score the first run of the game for the Indians. Takes a fastball for a strike. An 0-1 count. Rylan Glasser getting loose in the bullpen for Roseburg right now. Another lefty that could come into this one for the Indians. The 0-1 outside to Corba. Holds off. Pitch count probably getting a little high for Fletcher Coleman in this one. Had to throw quite a few pitches. Ball fouled back, off-speed pitch there, able to keep the bat in the zone long enough to at least get a piece of it there for Corba. He's got a ball and 2 strikes against him. Bottom of the 3rd, a 2-run ball game, 4-2. Sheldon in front, the visiting squad. Home half here in the 3rd inning. Roseburg up to bat. Pickoff throw to first base. Danner Wirtz goes diving back in. The 1-2 pitch. Corba chops it in the air right side, heading towards the foul line. Covered by Wallace. He's there to make the play in fair territory. 2 away. Got too far underneath it there. That ball, long run for Wallace, but with how high that ball was hit in the air, he had plenty of time to get to it. So 2 down, Nick Ruiz will bat. Ruiz in his last at-bat, strikeout. Takes a strike on the corner to start things here in his 2nd at-bat of the game. Bats for a 2nd consecutive inning. Andrew Rodman trying to get through the 3rd. Dead ball. Out to first will go Nick Ruiz. Ruiz Well, they're going to have a conversation on this one. Ruiz did kind of, I don't want to say he leaned into it, but his kind of motion with his swing seemed like it kind of took him in the path of that one. Not sure how they could rule either way on this one, I would think. And they may just stick with what they have, but the officials will get together and talk about it here. And we will all wait to hear what they have to say. Continue to huddle at the mound and have a conversation about this one. While we got a break in the action, we'll let you know today's game brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. And they're going to bring him back. So it will not be a hit by pitch for Ruiz. He will head back to the plate. Count's going to be 1-1 as we resume the at-bat. So a 1-1 count after what looked to be a 2-out hit by pitch to put a man on base. Ruiz back at the plate looking to try and do damage with the bat. Takes high and away, a 2-1 count. Sun shining. Roseburg softball, they got their games in yesterday against Sheldon, playing on their home field over at campus. They ended up splitting in that one, but Roseburg takes the series 2-1 after winning on Tuesday. Ground ball slapped right side foul by Ruiz, not by much. That'll be strike 2. Roseburg softball, an 8-6 win in game 1. They ended up losing 10-3 in game 2. They were leading late in that ball game, 3-0, but an 8-run top of the 6th spoiling the sweep in the series for the Tribe. Right now, Roseburg trying to keep themselves in this 3-game series against Sheldon. They lost the game on Tuesday. They're trail 4-2 right now. Bottom of the 3rd, Ruiz pokes one out towards right center. That ball will get down. It will go all the way out to deep right center. Wirtz into 3rd, is running into second base, goes Nick Ruiz. Instead of getting hit by a pitch, he'll come up with a double out to right center, pokes it opposite field, and Roseburg has 2 in scoring position with 2 outs. Nice job by Ruiz to tack on another hit for the Indians. For Ruiz, that is his 4th double of the season. He's got great speed. He's actually had more extra base hits than singles. He's now had 6 extra base hits, only 2 singles on the year, 4 doubles and 2 triples. And he's got 2 singles to his total. Visit out to the mound for the Sheldon pitching staff here to have a conversation with runners at 2nd and 3rd and 2 away. Mason Young coming up to bat. Young, a sacrifice fly to center field in the 2nd inning that got the first run on the board for the Indians. Our coverage of Roseburg High School baseball here on The Score brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County.
Next batter, number 2, Mason Young.
Rodman facing a jam again will catch the bottom of the zone with a fastball. The 0-1 pitch to Young. Grounder towards 3rd, in between hop, throw across the diamond, almost pulled him off the bag, but able to adjust and stay on. Detzler will make the put out. Roseburg gets 2 into scoring position with 2 outs, but they cannot add. They get 1 back here in the bottom of the 3rd. It's a 4-2 ball game as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Sheldon in front of the Indians here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza. The biggest pizza this side of the Rockies. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Made with the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. It's time to go big. Order yours now by using our mobile app.
We head to the top of the fourth inning. First pitch, a strike. As Fletcher Coleman will keep working, he faces Jose Leon to start off the fourth inning. 4-2 lead for the Sheldon Irish. Swing and a miss. And quickly out to an 0-2 count. Leon, who struck out in the second, falls behind against Coleman. Fletcher continues to work for Roseburg. Swing and a miss. Half-hearted attempt there by Leon. Tried to hold up. Did not have a chance to do so. He goes down. Fifth strikeout in the game for Fletcher Coleman. There's one away to start things here in the fourth. Eli Wallace will bat. He had a single and scored a run in the second. Came in on a wild pitch. He hits one back up the middle. It'll get in. A one-out single. Wallace 2 for 2 in the ballgame. The Irish now with 5 hits in this one. On the other side, Roseburg now with 6 hits in this one. First pitch, fouled away. Strike one for Bo Travis. The lefty behind on that one, sends it foul down the third base side. Today's contest brought to you by Gibbs RV Superstore. You gotta get to Gibbs. The lefty Coleman to the lefty Travis, in for a strike. Drops it in on the inside corner. Oh-2 count with one out and a man at first. Check swing does not catch the zone on the appeal. Did he go around? The appeal is not in Roseburg's favor. It'll be a 1-2 count. Game one of a doubleheader here. Sheldon leading by a pair. The 1-2. Up, throw down to first. It gets away into right field. Glasser will rifle it back in, but not a chance to try and get Eli Wallace making his way to second on the throwing error. Snap throw down to first base by Amos Bowers. Gets away. He likes to try and attack runners on the bases, catch them off guard, catch them flat-footed, but that is the risk that you run on that. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball right side. That would have been a tailor-made double play ball. Instead, a runner up to third with 2 down. Travis will ground out to second for a second time in the game. Up to third goes Eli Wallace. This is kind of a similar schedule of events here in the fourth inning to what happened back in the second. Wallace got on with a single, moved to second on a pass ball, got to third on a ground out by Travis, and then scored on a wild pitch. Roseburg will try to avoid that fate again here in the fourth. They're trying to keep Sheldon off the scoreboard for the first time today. Cam Thomas up to bat. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. 1-0 pitch. Misses outside, 2-0 count. So actually, thinking back through that, Sheldon has scored all 4 of their runs with 2 outs in the ballgame. 2-0 pitch. Missing low, 3-0. So yeah, every inning they scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and they've all come with 2 outs. They're trying to do it again here in the fourth with a man at third and 2 away. 3-0 pitch from Coleman, and it's ball 4. He will walk Thomas for a second time. Third walk issued in the game by Fletcher Coleman. It'll put runners on the corners with 2 down, and Chad Turner batting. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout his last time up. Sunshine out. You got folks congregating outside of the roof behind home, enjoying some of those sunshine rays. Ball fouled back by Turner for strike 1. Even in the sunshine, though, people still bundled up with jackets and sweatshirts. Looking like it's going to shape up to be a nice day here in the Umpqua Basin. 0-1 pitch from Coleman. Hits the inside corner at the knees. The runner takes off. They throw short. Back to the plate. The tag, not in time. They go the first and third, stealing second. Throw back to the plate. And scoring will be Wallace. Steals home. Mason Young couldn't quite get the ball out of his glove in time to throw to the plate. It's back to a 3-run lead for the Irish. It's an 0-2 count, I believe, for Chad Turner with a man at second base. He'll chop one right side. Young has to get it out quick. Not in time to first. A run's going to come in to score as well. Is not stopping. Cam Thomas comes all the way around from second. The play at first, bang, bang, at the bag. And the Irish will take advantage. It was a tight one there. Ooh, so close. So hard to tell. On safely is Turner. No RBI on that play. So now it is up to 6-2. Sheldon in front with a man at first and 2 away. They continue to score with 2 outs. They've done so much damage with 2 outs against Roseburg. Infield single for Chad Turner there. It was just a high bounding ball to second base that just took forever to get to Mason Young. 1-0 count to start here for Jackson Detzler. He takes low, a 2-0 count. 2 runs in here in the 4th inning. So far, all 6 runs coming in with 2 outs. Roseburg down by their biggest margin in the ball game, trailing by 4. 2-0 pitch hits the inside corner for Coleman. Coleman with a man at first and 2 away. Swing and a miss. Gets Detzler to chase it. Detzler 0 for 2 in the ball game. Actually, it might be 1 for 2. It's a swing and a miss. They throw down to second base. Got a not heads-up baseball for Roseburg. It was strike 3. Bowers on a ball in the dirt. All he had to do was throw it to first base for the final out. Instead, he threw it to second because Chad Turner was running, and so they didn't get the runner at second base, and nobody thought to throw to first to try and get the strikeout victim at first base. And Roseburg having some mental mistakes out there on the infield here in this one, and there's runners at first and second, and this inning has lasted much longer than it needed to for the Indians. Andrew Rodman will bat. He is the 7th hitter to come up and hit. Fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. That was strikeout number 6 for Coleman, but the drop third strike puts a man on base. Another strike on the corner there for Fletcher. He's out ahead, 0-2 against Andrew Rodman. The Irish leading by 4. Continue to put the pressure on here in the 4th. Roseburg's going to have to mentally regroup when they get back to the dugout here. Out at second base, Chad Turner. At first base, Jackson Detzler. Pitch is low. It was a fielder's choice for Detzler. I forgot to write that down. That's what it was back in the first. So he is technically 0 for 3, but he's on base for a second time. A fielder's choice, and now a drop third strike gets him on at first. The 1-2 pitch outside, scooped by Bowers. Roseburg has somebody throwing in the bullpen at the moment. That is Grayson Coate out there. Runner takes off, heading to the plate. The throw is fouled away on the 2-2. The runners both went on that 2-2 pitch. Coleman did not either see it or just stayed locked in on delivering to the plate. And just needs one more out with 2 strikes against the cleanup hitter, Andrew Rodman. We'll do it again on the 2-2. And his breaking ball misses just a bit high and away. Full count pitch coming up. Runners will be moving on the pitch. So base hit could easily score another one here in the 4th. Ball 4 inside. Bases loaded. 4th walk in the ball game for Fletcher Coleman. And we're going to have a visit out to the mound for pitching coach Steve Patterson. He's looking to the bullpen. Not sure if they will make a move here. Grayson is throwing as if he would come in to pitch. Not sure if I was wondering maybe if they might go to Glasser out of right field and bring in Coate defensively, but it looks like they might bring him in to pitch if they were to do that. No pitching change here. Patterson will leave the mound. He was talking to the entire infield. Fletcher's done a decent job pitching here today. He's been in the zone. He has gotten 6 strikeouts, but the defense behind him has had a couple of mental mistakes that did not help the cause. 2 down, bases loaded. It's Keaton Welch up to bat. He has had a great day at the plate, 2 for 2 with 3 RBI already, and they've all come with 2 outs. He takes high for ball 1. There's nowhere to put him. 1-0 count. Bases loaded for Welch. He fouls one back for strike 1. Keaton Welch, the sophomore. Honorable mention all conference last year as a pitcher. The 1-1 delivery to him is in for a strike. He watches it go by. Last year, Welch was 1 for 4 against the Indians with a pair of strikeouts. Also pitched 2 2/3 innings. Right now he's looking for his 3rd hit in the game. A 1-2 pitch to him. Ground ball right side. Playable for Wirtz. He will run to the bag for the final out. The Indians will finally get through it, but 8 hitters come to the plate for Sheldon, and they are able to put 2 more runs on the board, and they lead this one 6-2 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Still time out there for Roseburg, but they got to start having a bigger inning than just 1 run like they've had the last couple of times out. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Going to the bottom of the 4th inning on the mound, Andrew Rodman's been given the luxury of a comfortable lead throughout this one. The Irish have scored in every inning so far. They lead it 6-2 as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Roseburg has scored in its last 2 innings, so trying to keep that going. As the leadoff man will be Rylan Glasser, and he gets beamed by the first pitch, so he will find his way on. There's no way you're going to argue that one, like the ball that Nick Ruiz got hit on earlier. So the leadoff man aboard for the Roseburg Indians. That's what they need. Got to have guys on and keep getting them on. Rylan Glasser on base for a second time. He's been hit by a pitch and now walked. Or he's now been hit by a pitch and he also walked. Up to bat will be Paxton Burke. There's a pickoff throw to first base, not in time. Burke 1 for 2 in the game with a single to right field his last time up against Rodman. First pitch, swinging away, launches one into the air out towards right center, and it'll be the center fielder reaching up to make the grab, Chad Turner. Burke saw one he liked, tried to give it a ride, just got a little too far underneath it.
Batter number 11, Amos Bowers.
And there is the first out here in the fourth inning for the Indians. Last year, Paxton Burke against Sheldon hit .250. He's been a little bit on the light side of things here in the series this year. Rodman facing Amos Bowers. Takes outside for ball 1. Down at South Medford's Harry and David Field, Willamette and South Medford squaring off. Game 1 just getting things underway there. After 1, it's 1-0 Willamette leading the Panthers. Strike on a fastball, hitting the corner to Bowers. Also have North Medford at South Eugene today and a doubleheader there. Amos is 0 for 2 in the game. Struck out last time he was up on a couple of breaking balls that he couldn't hold up on. See if Rodman remembers that and goes back to that well as he picks off to first. Glasser back in safely. Andrew Rodman so far, he's given up 6 hits, but just 2 runs. Bowers off the end of the bat, fouls one away. So a 1-2 count. Today's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Right-hander Rodman will deliver. Breaking ball, slow chopper towards third. Goes off the glove for Welch. He had to charge with that high hop, knew that he had to come in to try and make a play on it, and he tried to field it at the shoe tops, and it just kicks off the leather. On safely will be Bowers. With 1 out, Roseburg has 2 runners on base.
Number 9,
up to second goes Glasser. Heart of the order coming up here. This is where the Indians have to do some damage. Really got to have some hitters come through for them. Sheldon has been able to do that throughout this series so far. And Roseburg, unfortunately, has not. A strike on the first pitch to Coleman, a breaking ball. Fletcher went down the left field line his last time up for a double, ended up coming in to score. That led off the 3rd inning. They play him pretty straight up in the outfield, trying to cover line to line. Time called before the pitch. Fletcher also had a ground ball up the middle that was misplayed by the shortstop Jose Leon. And got on safely with the error. So been on base twice now for Fletcher. The 0-1 from Rodman. Inside to the lefty. That ball tailed in. Good discipline there at the plate by Coleman. That pitch starting over that inside corner, then tailing right in at him. Had to look like an enticing pitch out of the hand for Rodman, but Fletcher lays off, takes it inside, a 1-1 count with runners at first and second and 1 away. Bottom of the 4th. Outside with the breaking ball this time for Rodman. He falls behind. Roseburg trailing by 4, trying to cut back into the deficit, their largest deficit in the ballgame and in the series. They lost 3-1 against Sheldon on Tuesday in Eugene. Behind the hitter, the runners should move up, and they will. That one goes to the backstop. Chase Calling will chase it down. And a wild pitch puts 2 runners in scoring position. And once again, the Indians have an opportunity to do some damage, try to come through. Fletcher Coleman, who's been a walk machine this season, may look to just load him up here for Danner Wirtz, who's 2 for 2 in the game. See what kind of pitch here Coleman gets. Takes high for ball 4. Fletcher draws the walk, and the bases are loaded. Roseburg in a prime spot to try and get themselves back into this ball game. Danner Wirtz will come up to bat, the cleanup hitter, with the bases loaded and 1 away. Danner just needs a base hit here to try and see if he can. Played another one. He drove in a run in the 3rd inning with a single through the right side. Don't have to try and hit it out of the ballpark. Just need to try and hit it somewhere that drops. It's going to carry out to center field. It is caught by Turner. He will be late getting the throw back in. Easily scoring will be Glasser. But off the bat, that looked like it had a chance to get down and roll. But Turner does a good job of covering in center field. We talked about that earlier. It'll be a sac fly for Wirtz. Drives in another one. He's had 2 RBIs in this one, 2 down. Still have runners at first and second. A.J. Black, a quiet day, 0 for 2 so far. He's due. He's been seeing the ball well, fouls off the first pitch. Fletcher Coleman's been on base all 3 times in this ball game. He has now reached base safely in 14 of 15 games this season for the Indians. He is the runner at first. Out at second base, Amos Bowers, the 0-1 pitch. A.J. pokes one right side. That's in foul territory, and it is collected by the first baseman, Detzler. So the Indians will send 6 hitters to the plate here in the 4th. They get 1 run back in this one, but they have not been able to put a crooked number on the board. They trail this one 6-3 as we head to the top of the 5th against the Sheldon Irish. It's Roseburg 3, Sheldon 6. And we come back with the 5th inning on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Roseburg will make a pitching change here as we go to the 5th inning. It is 6-3. The Indians have been able to get at least a run back in every inning, but they have not been able to put anything more than one run on the board. Meanwhile, Sheldon has scored in every inning so far. They lead at 6-3. And taking over on the mound is going to be Rylan Glasser. It will relieve Fletcher Coleman. I would imagine the two have just switched places. Out in right field, Fletcher. His typical position when he's not pitching, and he will stay in there defensively as Glasser, who was in right field, will take over on the mound.
First batter for Sheldon, top of the 5th inning.
Glasser will face Chase Calling. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up for the Irish against the new man on the mound. Glasser will miss low and inside for ball 1. Another lefty out there for the Indians for Rylan Glasser. He is making his 7th appearance in a game. They've all been out of the bullpen. He's thrown 4 1/3 innings this year. Gets the ball fouled away for strike one by Calling. 1 win, no losses. A 4.85 ERA for Glasser. 5 strikeouts, 8 walks. Glasser just a sophomore. The lefty winds and will deliver. This pitch misses inside. A 2-1 count for Calling. Chase Calling, ground out and a strikeout in his first 2 at-bats against Fletcher Coleman. The 2-1. Ground ball, slow chopper towards short. High hop, quick throw across by Paxton Burke is in time, and that will get Calling for the first out of the 5th. Been a lot of balls kind of just spiked into the turf and high hops out there on the infield for both teams defensively in this one. I was noticing the turf field at LCC at Lane Community College where we played on Tuesday. The first pitch, a check swing, Tapper back to the mound, fielded by Glasser, and he does a nice job fielding his position off the mound as Jose Leon. A check swing, Tapper back to the bump. And he grounds out for the second out. There's 2 away. Nice job by Glasser to have the wherewithal to come off the mound, get to that ball, spin, and make an accurate throw to Wirtz at first. 2 away. Eli Wallace is 2 for 2 in the game, and he has scored twice. First time that he comes up with 2 outs. Takes the first pitch from Glasser for a strike. But I was noticing there at Lane Community College, I walked out on the field. I got there way early, apparently, and it beat everybody to the field, so I took some time to walk around. And the turf there, not nearly as springy as it is here at Champion Car Wash Field. Is a breaking ball in for strike 2 at the knees, an 0-2 count for Eli Wallace. This field here, the ball seems to get a little bit of spring and a little bit of momentum as it travels along. There at Lane, it was a little harder. The 0-2, high and away. Glasser trying to get a 1-2-3 frame here in the 5th. It would be the first time in the ball game for Roseburg defensively. 1-2. Swing and a miss. And that's a heck of a relief appearance in the 5th inning for Rylan Glasser. He finishes it off with a strikeout. That is the 7th strikeout for the Irish in this one. First for Rylan Glasser as he puts up the first goose egg on the board for Sheldon in the ball game. 6-3, Glasser comes in and gives Roseburg a chance to try and make up some ground as we go to the bottom of the 5th. 6-3 our score. Sheldon in front of Roseburg on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
First batter for Roseburg at the bottom of the 5th, number 4, Christian Corba.
Heading to the bottom of the 5th, today's ball game brought to you by McClendon Smokehouse, a family-owned meat shop, and Smokehouse offering a wide selection, plus fresh produce and baked goods, and a general grocery selection as well. Stop by on West Harvard Avenue. It's McClendon's Smokehouse. Our score is 1-0. It's a 1-0 count. Our score is 6-3. Christian Corba leading things off, facing Andrew Rodman once again. Corba slaps at one and pokes it foul over the right side. So it'll be a 1-1 count for the freshman leading things off here in the 5th inning. Corba a triple back in the 2nd. Flew out to right field in the 3rd. Gets one off the end of the bat for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Corbin, a breaking ball, went out chasing out in front. 6-3 the score. This Roseburg, after getting Sheldon to put a 0 on the board in the top half of the 5th, this is their opportunity to close the gap back down. The 1-2, Corbin fouls it back, stays alive. Still 1-0 Willamette down in Medford, taking on South Medford after 2 innings of play down there. Corba grounds one towards short, backhanded by Leon. His throw to first base will get him. 1 away. Nick Ruiz with a double in his last at-bat. He'll stand in. Roseburg's had a triple and a couple of doubles in this one. They've got 6 hits total, but they still trail 6-3. 6 hits in the game for Sheldon as well. Roseburg has had 1 error, Sheldon with 2. First pitch misses to Nick Ruiz, a 1-0 count to start. He struck out in the second, doubled in the third. Rodman's 1-0 pitch, fouled to the Roseburg dugout down the third base side. So Willamette leading South Medford 1-0 down there in game 1 of their doubleheader. And the game 1 doubleheader at South Eugene High School, North Medford leading 3-0 in the top of the third against the Yaks. The 1-1. Ruiz pops one right side. Second baseman Cam Thomas calling for it as he goes out, and there's 2 away. So the Roseburg Indians will look for a 2-out rally, much like we've seen from Sheldon throughout the day. It'll be Mason Young, who is 0 for 1 in the game and ground out to third in his last at-bat after a sac fly in the second. It is now 4-0 North Medford leading South Eugene. First pitch, swing and a miss by Young. Starting the day, the Southwest Conference had Willamette at 7-0, Roseburg at 6-1, Sheldon at 6-4. It's the 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball for a strike. North Medford at 4-3, South Medford at 5-5, Grants Pass at 2-7, and South Eugene at 0-10. That's how the standings looked. Is the 0-2 pitch from Rodman outside. Roseburg was behind Willamette, the leader, by 1 game. Sheldon was 2.5 games back. North Medford 3 games back. South Medford 3.5. Those teams are the ones fighting for playoff positioning as a breaking ball carries outside again to Mason Young. Not going to rule Grants Pass out of contention just yet at 6 games back. They're still within reach of maybe one of the final playoff spots out of the conference, but it's going to be quite the logjam, it seems like, this year once again. 2-2 outside, and the count goes full for Mason Young. A 3-2 pitch with nobody on base and 2 away. Young grounds it towards third. That's a fair ball. Back behind the bag. Welch throw across the diamond. Not in time. Long throw for Welch. He made a good one, but Young is able to get there just in the nick of time and beat out the throw for an infield single. That's another one of the bang-bang plays over there at the bag. It'll bring up Rylan Glasser, now the pitcher. Moving in from right field to take over on the mound. Got hit by a pitch his last time up. Takes one inside for ball 1. 0 for 0 today. A walk and a hit by pitch for Glasser. He scored a run in the 4th inning. Trying to keep the 2-out rally going. Rodman's 1-0 pitch. Fouled away. Behind on that one. Slapping it towards the Roseburg dugout. Haven't seen any activity in the bullpen for the Irish here today. Rodman's had a comfortable lead to work with. I'm not sure where his pitch count might be getting to, but They may look to have him try to finish out this game for him. 1-1 pitch to Glasser is inside. A 9-hitter ahead, 2 balls and a strike. Game 1 of a doubleheader here. We're in the bottom of the 5th. It's Sheldon leading 6-3 over the Roseburg Indians. The 2-1. Misses, and the count goes to 3-1. Glasser, the sophomore, disciplined approach at the plate, and he has been able to work himself into a 3-1 count. A hitter's count. And Glasser looking to try and take advantage if he can, find a way on base one way or another. The 3-1 from Rodman. It's in for a strike. The ball got away. Young will move up to second. Pass ball will move the runner 90 feet closer to home. It was called a strike against Glasser, and so he's got a full count coming. Top of the order waits on deck. Glasser trying to come through with a way on one way or another. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. He goes down looking, and that will finish off the threat for Roseburg. They're unable to answer with anything here in the 5th. And Rodman will finish things off with his 4th strikeout in the ballgame. Roseburg will leave a man on base. No runs on the 1 hit. There were no errors, and the 1 man left aboard. We will head to the 6th inning. It is still a 3-run lead for the Irish on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
To the top of the 6th inning, a new batter for Sheldon, number 9, Barry Miles.
We go to the 6th inning. It is a 6-3 lead for Sheldon over Roseburg. Big swing and a miss on the first offering from Rylan Glasser. New man batting here in the 9 spot. And that is Miles, I believe. Strike. Barry Miles batting. Miles falls behind 0-2 against Glasser. The sophomore lefty gets a swing and a miss, and Barry Miles will go down swinging. 1 away.
Top of the order now for Sheldon, number 2, Cam Thomas.
Rylan Glasser has come in the 5th inning. He's got 2 strikeouts now. Faces the top of the order. Cam Thomas up for a 4th time in the game. Takes low and inside. Thomas so far a pair of walks and a pair of runs scored. He's also grounded out to first. The 1-0 pitch misses low and outside. North Medford was up 7-0 at the last time I looked at the Game Changer scoreboard. So they're cruising against South Eugene. The 2-0 pitch from Glasser in for a strike at the belt. And last we knew, it was still 1-0 Willamette leading against South Medford. College scoreboard, the Umpqua Riverhawks on the road against Clackamas. Game 1 of their doubleheader going on in Oregon City. It's a 2-1 pitch, just a bit elevated, 3-1 count. They are in the third inning there, and Clackamas leading 2-0 over the Riverhawks. That's an important series there for UCC. They need some wins. Ground ball up the middle. In front of it is Burke. Throw over to Wirtz. Off the bag, but apply the tag, and they will get the out at first. So Cam Thomas, second out. And it'll be Chad Turner to come up to bat. Turner is 1 for 2 in the game, a walk. He also has an infield single back in the fourth. First pitch from Glasser, lefty on lefty battle here. It's in for a strike. College baseball, we've got Ducks and Beavers both in action coming up this afternoon and evening. Ooh. That pitch got away from Glasser, and it hits Turner in the back of the helmet. Tried to duck out of the way, didn't duck enough. Gets hit in the back of the head. Seems to be all right as he makes his way down to first. First hit batter for a Roseburg pitcher.
Makes batter Jackson Detzler.
And it'll bring up the three-hitter Detzler, who is 0 for 3 in the ball game. Facing Glasser for the first time. First pitch fouled away. The 0-1 pitch. Pickoff throw to first. Back in standing up is Turner over at first base. Beavers getting a 12-4 win yesterday against Hawaii to start out that series. They play today at 3:05. It's the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball chopped foul down the first base side for strike 2. Detzler behind 0-2 against Glasser. The Oregon Ducks had a comeback 5-4 victory against Penn State yesterday. They play tonight at 4:05. You can tune in for that game on News Radio 93.9 FM and 1240 KQEN starting at 3:45. 0-2 pitch from Glasser. Line drive shot out towards right field. Fletcher Coleman will be there to cut it off. He'll get it back in. The runner will go first to third. Chad Turner gets 2 bases out of the single by Detzler. His first hit in the game, a sharp single out to right field. First hit against Ryland Glasser. Runners on the corners with 2 out. Wouldn't you know it? Sheldon coming through with a 2-out rally here in the 6th. They put him on the corners, and now it is the cleanup hitter Andrew Rodman that will bat. Rodman is 1 for 2 in the game, a single back in the third. All of those against Fletcher Coleman. First time facing Glasser, a soft liner to center field is going to drive in 1. And Sheldon leads it 7-3. 2-out hits. This Irish team has that dialed in against Roseburg this season. Scoring will be Turner, who got on with the hit by pitch. Back-to-back singles, brings in a run. It is 7-3, Sheldon in front. Keaton Welch is 2 for 3 in the game. He's driven in 3. He's going to line one out towards center field, and this might bring in, it'll bring in at least one more. The throw coming in from Corba. They're going to throw it to second. They've got the runner off the bag. Running him back to first. The runner going to the plate. Throw the plate off line. Gets away. Another run will score for the Irish. And still at first base will be Welch. That was Mason Young's throw to the plate off line. So 2 more runs come in, and it is now... Let's see, Welch is on at first. He drove in 1 run, and then Andrew Rodman ends up coming in after the rundown between first and second. There's another single through the right side. That is 4 straight hits for the Irish. Chase Calling will get his first hit of the game. And it brings up Jose Leon. And now we get a visit out to the mound for the Roseburg coaching staff. Single, 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 single. Detzler, Rodman, Welch, and Calling all coming up with singles there. After the hit by pitch to Chad Turner, 3 runs have come in here in this 6th inning. So we're up to 9-3, our score here in this one. Sheldon's just been unrelenting. And Roseburg on the other side has just not been able to, once again, not been able to come through in the clutch moments in the ballgame. Jose Leon is 0 for 3.
Batters number 7, Jose Leon.
So runners at first and second after the meeting on the mound. Still in the game is Glasser. He had been dealing until facing the heart of the order for the first time. He'll face Leon for a second time. Gets the ball fouled back for strike 1. In the first meeting against Glasser, Leon tapped one back to the mound. And Glasser came off and fielded his position and was able to get the out at first. Looking for one more here. With 2 down and 2 on, the 0-1, a push bunt, first base side. Glasser will get to it, flips it to Wirtz, and that will retire the Irish. 8 hitters come to the plate, and 3 more runs come in for Sheldon. They lead at 9-3 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Roseburg, a steep hill to climb as they're down to their final 6 outs in Game 1 of our doubleheader here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
With a healthy 6-run lead to work with, Andrew Rodman will continue pitching for the Sheldon Irish as he looks to try and keep this game in hand and try to eat up some innings for the team as they've got Game 2 coming up. Everybody likes to save arms. Today's game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel. Make sure you have an agent in your corner. Call 541-672-5701. Top of the order, Paxton Burke up. Takes low and inside, ball 1. Burke is 1 for 3 in the game against Rodman. 4th time through the order against Rodman. They do have some activity going for the Irish in the bullpen. That pitch goes behind Burke, and he's got a 2-0 count. Rodman hasn't necessarily been lights out on the mound. He does have 4 strikeouts. He's issued a couple of walks. He's hit 1 batter. Especially later in this game, he's been a little more erratic with some of the pitches, but Roseburg just hasn't been able to come up with hits. Ground ball chopper, first base side foul for Burke. Strike 1. Got a couple of players just out there playing catch at the moment for Sheldon. I'm not sure if it's a pitcher warming up to try and come in. That is Brody Tubbs. He played second base in the game on Tuesday. The 2-1. Chopper towards short. That's going to be a tough play for Leon. He gets it, but the throw to first, he won't even get a chance to make it as he can't get it out of the glove cleanly. Infield single for Burke. Beats it out. continues a trend here. I mean, we've seen so many of these balls hit on the infield, just high bouncing balls that take a while to get to the players on the infield. And by the time they do, those guys have to make some quick bang-bang plays to try and get the ball out and get it to the base for the out. And it is not an easy play. As a pickoff throw to first, they apparently have heard about Paxton Burke and his desire to steal bases. He's got 20 stolen bases on the season. Swinging a foul tip into the glove for strike one to Bowers. 20 stolen bases for Burke this year. He's got a 95% success rate on stealing bases. Takes a decent lead over there. Rodman delivers the 0-1. Ground ball towards short. Could be a chance at two. Leon flips to second, and they will turn it. Thomas gets it to Detzler. It's a 6-4-3 double play to clear the bases. The Irish will get the ball they needed there. The twin killing. And it'll go to Fletcher Coleman now with 2 outs and nobody on base.
Batters number 9, Fletcher Coleman.
Fletcher is 1 for 2 in the game, a double back in the third. He's been on base all 3 times. Grounds one sharply, first base side. That's a foul ball. I was waiting for Bachmeyer at first base, our official down that direction, to make the call, but instead it comes from Stone behind the plate that makes that call on that ball. Oh, 1 count. Rodman misses outside with his breaking ball. Coming up in between games here, we still have a little ways to go before we get there, but coming up in between games, we'll run through the landscape of Roseburg High School sports here this week, tell you what's been going on as of late. 1-1 pitch inside to the backstop. Yesterday was a busy day for Roseburg Athletics, so we'll kind of take the temperature of the department here in the spring season, let you know what's been going on. We'll have that going on in between games as we get ready for game 2. 2-1 pitch is fouled away by Fletcher. And he's got himself a 2-2 count with 2 down and nobody on base. Closing in on the top of the hour here, running a little long in game 1. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Coleman will head on down to first, but the throw will beat him there. And that will wrap up things in the 6th inning. Strikeout number 5 on the day for Andrew Rodman, and he has got his Sheldon Irish team in a good spot as we head to the 7th. No runs, no hits, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base thanks to a double play here in the 6th inning. Top of the 7th, Roseburg trailing 9-3 against Sheldon here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
First pitch high and away for Rylan Glasser as he faces off against Eli Wallace, the 8-hitter. 9-3 the score. Glasser trying to make sure it doesn't get any larger in favor of Sheldon. He works a strike across to 1-1 count. Today's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. The 1-1 bounces in front of the plate. Glasser is out there for his third inning of work. He retired 5 straight batters to start his time on the mound, gave up a hit by pitch to Chad Turner, and then that's when things fell apart on him. Gave up 4 straight singles, and 3 runs came across for the Irish as a 2-1 pitch missing low and outside. That's where things kind of went awry for him there in the 6th inning. 4 straight hits, 5 straight batters get aboard. Finally would wrap it up on the final out to Jose Leon, but big inning there for the Irish. And they lead this one by 6. The 3-1 pitch, line to left field. That's going to be extra bases. Long run for Nick Ruiz out there. Fields it off the fence. And into second base with a leadoff double is Eli Wallace, his 3rd hit in the game. th hit in the ballgame for Sheldon. Barry Miles will bat here. He came in the 6th inning. Struck out in his first at-bat against Glasser. The lefty misses low, ball 1. For Roseburg in the 7th, they'll have Wirtz, Black, and Corba due up. Each of those guys, actually A.J. Black does not have a hit here today. Wirtz and Corba both do. Roseburg's going to need a lot in the 7th inning, and they're hoping they don't need more. A man in scoring position. It's a ball down the line. That's a fair ball. Racing to the bag. Wirtz makes the play. Nice job. Back behind the bag into foul territory. He kind of couldn't quite get in front of that one completely, but he makes a nice play to gobble it up and get to the bag for the out. Up to third base will go Wallace on the ground out. That ball was right down the foul line. Kind of felt like we were all just waiting for it to go foul, and it never did. Top of the order, Cam Thomas will bat. His 5th time to the plate in the contest. Scooped outside by Bowers. Does a nice job. The infield playing in with a runner at third and less than 2 outs. The 1-0 from Glasser, swung on and missed. Out on the front foot there in front of the pitch for Thomas. Thomas is 0 for 2 in the game. He's reached twice on a walk and scored twice, but he's grounded out twice in the game as well. He's got the 1-1. Takes low. Two balls and a strike for the top of the order here for the Irish. Thomas in the leadoff spot. Takes low again, and he's got a 3-1 count. Waiting on deck, Chad Turner, who is 1 for 2 in the game. A walk and a hit by pitch for him. The 3-1. That ball in the air out towards left center. Long run. It's going to carry over the head of everybody and roll all the way to the fence. Thomas is rounding second as a run will score. The relay throw not going to be in time. A triple for Cam Thomas makes it a 10-3 score in favor of the Irish. He found the alley in left center, and that one carried pretty well. Looks like that might just do it here for Rylan Glasser. He came out, looked sharp to start, but the Irish started to figure him out a bit. We'll get a pitching change for Roseburg. They trail by 7. New man on the mound is going to be Grayson Coate. When we come back, we'll take a 1-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its third generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community. Our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza. The biggest pizza this side of the Rockies. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Made with the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. It's time to go big. Order yours now by using our mobile app.
Grayson Coate will take over on the mound for the Indians. Another sophomore headed out there, right-hander. Grayson will come out and make his third appearance on the season. Rylan Glasser ends up going 2 1/3 innings for the Indians.
That is number 1, Chad Turner.
And he will give up 6 hits in his time. Grayson Coate will take over. The right-hander will face off against Chad Turner, the lefty. Breaking ball misses outside for ball 1. Turner, as mentioned earlier, he's 1 for 2 in the game with a single. Came in his third at-bat. He takes low and outside. Turner, good-sized kid out there, just a junior. 2-0 pitch, couldn't hold up. Check swing goes through for strike 1. He's been hit by a pitch and walked in this game as well. 2-1 count. Fouls one away. Grayson will have a 2-2 count against Chad Turner. Grayson's 2-2 pitch. Ground ball towards second. Look the runner back at third. Mason Young plays it perfectly. Gets the out at first base on a hot shot ground ball to the second baseman. That'll retire Turner. 2 down, and Jackson Detzler will bat. 1 for 4 in this game for Detzler. Last time up, a line drive base hit out to right field. Grayson trying to get Roseburg through this top of the 7th without giving up any more runs. He misses high for ball 1 against the lefty. The runners on base would go to Rylan Glasser's total if they were to come in to score. His ball fouled away, 1-1 count. So the book not quite closed on Glasser. The 1-1 pitch. And swing and a miss by Detzler out in front. Breaking ball. So it's a 1-2 count. We're here into the 2 o'clock hour now. We'll try to get a chance at a legal ID in a moment. Coate with the 1-2 pitch. Strike 3. Froze him with a fastball at the knees. Grayson Coate comes in, does the job that he needed to do, and he gets Roseburg through the 7th inning, leaving 2 men stranded aboard. No runs on the 2 hits. There was... Let's see here. Actually, sorry, there was 1 run. I didn't finish off my scorebook there. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and one man left aboard. We will go to the bottom of the 7th. Roseburg trails in this one 10-3 here on 541radio.com and on the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Andrew Rodman goes 6 innings and will exit this game with a victory within the grasp of the Sheldon Irish. Taking over on the mound is going to be Keaton Welch. He moves over from third base to take over on the mound. Moving from second to third will be Cam Thomas.
Move down to the bottom of the 7th. First batter for Roseburg, number 20.
I'm thinking Tubbs might have come in and gone to second base. Brody Tubbs does come into the game and takes over at second. First pitch to Danner Wirtz is a breaking ball for a strike. Roseburg trails by 7 as we hit the bottom of the 7th inning. The 0-1 from Welch misses outside. Welch, a 1-1 pitch out of his windup. The righty fastball challenged the hitter, and Danner got a piece of it, sends it to the backstop. Andrew Rodman went 6 innings. He allowed 8 hits over that time, gave up 3 runs. The 1-2 pitch, Wirtz takes a breaking ball inside. On the mound, Welch shakes off a few pitches from options from the catcher Chase Calling. Delivers, ground ball, third base side. That's fair, and it's past a diving attempt by Thomas at third into the corner. Wirtz got on, but able to get there quickly out in left field. I believe that is Barry Miles that has stayed in defensively after his pinch hit appearance earlier. Miles is in left field defensively for Travis. And Miles got to that ball quickly, holding Wirtz to just a single. Danner has his 3rd hit in the ball game. And Roseburg has the first man aboard. They need a lot of them, but it's got to start somewhere, and it starts with Wirtz. A.J. Black, he'll hit one in the air, foul territory, giving chase and running out of room. Detzler will just have to watch it go over the fence for strike 1. A.J. Black 0 for 3 in this game, reached on a fielder's choice in his first at-bat. On the mound, Welch, 0-1 pitch, off speed, and he got him to swing and miss. Andrew Rodman, 6 innings, gave up 3 runs on 8 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. In line to get a win. Sheldon up big at 10-3. Pitch missing low on the 0-2 delivery. Could not get A.J. to chase after it. Danner Wirtz, he's been on base a lot today. He's been on base in 14 out of 15 games this season, just like Fletcher Coleman. There's a pitch inside, 2-2. 2-2 count here for A.J. Black. He's trying to keep a 6-game hit streak going. Hits this one in the air to right field. Playable for Wallace. And Wallace will make the catch for the first out. So that will likely bring to an end the hit streak for A.J. Christian Corba will get a chance to bat for a 4th time in the contest. First time against the new man Welch. Corba had a triple to right field in his first at-bat back in the second. First pitch, sings one out to center field. Dead center field for Chad Turner out there. Good swing on it, but it goes straight to the center fielder for the second out. 2 away. Nick Ruiz will be asked to try and keep the game going with 2 down.
That is number 13, Nick Ruiz.
Ruiz is 1 for 3 with a double in the 3rd inning. Keaton Welch needs one more non-save situation here, coming in with a big lead. He's just trying to close it out. He'll miss a bit high, ball 1 for Ruiz. But in line to get the win will be Rodman. On the hook for the loss at the moment will be Fletcher. Fletcher Coleman. A 1-0. Catches the inside corner. 1-1 pitch. That one inside almost looked like Ruiz kind of maybe tried or thought about sticking that elbow back out there again. He tried to get away with that back in the 3rd inning. It's a pickoff throw, not in time. Tried to do that back in that 3rd inning. Got hit by the pitch, but they ended up calling him back after a conversation between the umpires. Ruiz went back to the plate, ended up getting a double in that at-bat. The 1-1 pitch to Ruiz. Took a cut at the fastball, fouls it away. And Roseburg down to their final strike unless Nick Ruiz can find a way on base. 1-2 count, 2 away. At first base is Danner Wirtz. Roseburg trailing 10-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Game 1 of our doubleheader. A 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and that'll be the ball game. Sheldon will close it out, a 10-3 victory for the Irish in Game 1.
That'll be game number 1.
And Sheldon will take the series with that. They look to try and pull off a 3-game sweep over Roseburg as the Indians have dropped back-to-back games. And they will fall to 6-2 in league play. Final score was 10-3. We'll come back with all the numbers for you when we return after this timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking to expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its third generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Final score in Game 1 of our doubleheader, it is 10-3. The Sheldon Irish will improve to 10-7 on the year. They're now 7-4 in league play. Roseburg now 10-5 on the season and 6-2 in Southwest Conference action. Tough one there once again for the Roseburg Indians after a narrow battle in Eugene on Tuesday. Sheldon runs away with this one here, and it continues to be the two-out approach that right now has been the difference in this series. Sheldon scoring 2 runs on 2 outs in Game 1 in Eugene on Tuesday, a 2-out triple that drove in the first 2 runs of the game. That proved to be the difference. And here today, I don't think all 10 of the runs came on 2 outs. Some of those there later in the game. Actually, no, the 6th inning, all those runs were scored with 2 outs. And with 1 out in the 7th inning, they were able to get a run across. But for the most part, all of the runs here in this 10-3 victory came with 2 outs for the Sheldon Irish. So Roseburg, their team meeting out in left field, it seems like the coaches are letting the guys know, hey, this is on you guys. We got to find a way to clean this up and get things turned around here coming up. 10 runs on 12 hits, 2 errors, and 8 men left on base for the Sheldon Irish. 3 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors, and 10 men left on base for the Roseburg Indians. Sheldon scored in every inning except for the 5th inning. 2 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, none in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th. Roseburg scored in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings, 1 run in each for their 3 runs here today. Roseburg was able to keep it close early, but then the 3 runs in the 6th inning really started to put the game out of reach, and the Sheldon Irish would cruise to the victory. Roseburg leaving 10 men on base. And as you look at it, let's see here. Ended up leaving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Left 6 runners of the 10 on base in scoring position. Taking the victory will be Andrew Rodman, 6 innings, gave up 3 runs on 8 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. Taking the loss, Fletcher Coleman gives up 6 runs on 6 hits over 4 innings. He gave up 4 walks, had 6 strikeouts. He goes to 1-1 on the season. Rylan Glasser ended up giving up 4 runs on 6 hits and 2 1/3 innings. He had 2 strikeouts and 1 hit batter. Grayson Coate closed out the game for the Roseburg Indians pitching-wise with 2/3 of an inning. He had a strikeout, no hits allowed in that time. For the Irish, Rodman goes 3 runs on 8 hits over 6. He gives up 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. Keaton Welch came in a non-save situation. Throws a scoreless 7th inning, allowed 1 hit, had 1 strikeout in there as well. Offensively for the Irish, Cam Thomas drove in a run on a triple in his final at-bat. He scores twice, walking twice in the game. Chad Turner had a single in there, reached base twice on a hit-by-pitch and a walk. So he got on base 3 times, scored a run. Jackson Detzler had a 1-for-5 day, reached base twice, once on a single, actually once also on a drop third strike, so he reached base 3 times, scores twice. Andrew Rodman had a 2-for-3 day with a pair of singles, had an RBI, scored twice. Keaton Welch was 3-for-4 in the game, drove in 4 runs, had 3 singles in this one. Chase Calling was 1-for-4 with a single. Eli Wallace goes 3-for-4 in the game with 2 singles, a double, and he scores 3 times. Bo Travis was 0-for-2, and Barry Miles in that 9 spot comes in and goes 0-for-2 as well. Paxton Burt goes 2-for-4 with a couple of singles in this one to lead off for Roseburg. Amos Bowers reached on an error. That's the only time he got on. Fletcher Coleman was 1-for-3 in the game with a double and a run scored, also had a walk. Danner Wirtz was 3-for-3 with 3 singles, drove in a pair, had a sac fly in there as well. A.J. Black ended up going 0-for-4. His 6-game hit streak comes to an end. Christian Corbo was 1-for-4 with a triple and a run scored. Nick Ruiz 1-for-4 with a double. Mason Young goes 1-for-2 with a single, also had a sac fly, drove in a run. Rylan Glasser in the 9 spot was 0-for-1, hit by a pitch and a walk. He scored a run for Roseburg. Roseburg will try to bounce back, get at least 1 in this 3-game series against Sheldon. That'll be coming up when we get back to action here at the field. We've got a little bit of downtime here in between games. Game 2 will be coming up in probably about 20 minutes from now. For those that are watching online at 541radio.com or on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel, we'll get a new broadcast started here in just a couple of moments for you, so stay tuned for that. If you're on the radio side with us, we've got a segment coming up here where we'll take a look at what's going on around Roseburg athletics here this week. So stay tuned as we continue on with coverage of high school sports here in the Umpqua Basin. I'm Joey Keeran. We will be back with more Roseburg High baseball coming up for you on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in the Umpqua Basin. Game 1, a final score 10-3 in favor of the Irish. Game 2 coming up in just a bit here on